Okay guys, Nijda from St. Vincent. Another wonderful week here in downtown LA. So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna go downstairs, we're gonna walk around, we're gonna talk to people downstairs who have watches on. We're gonna grab their watch, see what they have, talk about their collection, see what watches they like, what's their favorite brand, just talk about watches. I'm starting to love watches. So let's go downstairs. Okay guys, so I'm at Personal Touch, Ideal Gems. We're back at Sierra Jewelry, Prime Mountings, MSK, MCI Jewelry. So what are you wearing today?
I'm wearing a Daytona, Rolex Daytona.
Okay.
Stainless, black face. This was my dream watch actually for years.
Nice to know, okay.
But it was going way above retail. It was crazy. And I had settled for the two-tone one. And about 6 months later, somebody offered a bunch of them. One of his customers needed some money, a collector, and said, if you buy all of them, I'll give you a good price, and this happened to be one of them.
So it was in part of the collection?
It was part of a collection, yeah.
Okay, so then you picked up all those watches and this was part.
Yes, and unfortunately, we should have just held on to all of them. We've sold most of them and just kept the ones we wanted at the time.
I wear the Rolex two-tone, but I upgrade I put the diamond bezel with the diamond face, the new style.
Okay.
Then I love this watch, I keep forever.
You know what I love about this watch? It matches this ring.
Yes.
And this is a great
This is my
looking
diamond ring.
This is
like 25 years old, so this diamond ring.
So you like buying stuff and just holding on to it?
Yeah.
I'm wearing Corum Breach watch. There is nothing, if you can look at carefully, there is only in the middle everything. Even you can see your skin
Through it, yeah.
through it.
So all the mechanics are in this section?
Exactly, all the mechanics is in the center.
Wow.
It's really rare watch.
It is a very rare watch for a very rare guy.
Yeah, you're right.
I got a root beer on. I've bought it, I've sold it off my wrist, I've bought it, I've sold it off my wrist. This is the third one I'm getting. I just love the colors. It's called root beer because it goes from the black to the brown. And then it's the two-tone look with the rose gold. This is my go-to, and I have a black on black sub that I always switch out to.
I'm wearing my regular GMT. I wear this every day.
Okay.
It's very low-key, comfortable, does the job. I was on vacation with the family maybe back in 2008. Towards the end of the vacation, I said, you know what, before we leave, let me see if I can, the last day, let me see if I can get some business in the vacation.
You shouldn't be working when you're vacationing, but okay.
Okay, the last day, you know?
Okay.
So I had concierge, I had them print out all the pawn shops in the area. I went to the couple of the pawn shops.
Okay.
I discovered a pawn shop and I talked with the guy, and so I bought this watch from Waikiki from a pawn shop for $3,400.
That's a steal.
And it was pre-owned, but you know, I enjoy it. I wear it every day.
I wear the Rolex Datejust Rose Gold two-tone.
And this has a nickname?
Chocolate.
Chocolate is the name.
These colors are very rare colors because they made it on 2-3 years ago, just limited the quantities.
Okay.
And then after that, they discontinued the colors.
What do you think of this watch right here?
Wow, what kind of watch?
This is an AP from like the 80s.
1980s, old antique one.
Yeah, really nice one. All gold, 18 karat. I got it from Happy over here in Plaza
Happy
3.
Jewelry.
Happy watches over here.
Yeah,
it's like $10,000, $12,000 I think
Yes.
the cost is. So anyway,
It's pure gold.
it's real gold. What do you think about this watch here?
First of all, this is a garbage,
Oh my God.
but it's a nice watch.
It's an AP. What do you mean it's garbage? What was the first watch you ever bought?
That's easy. My brother bought the first watch, first Rolex we ever owned. It was a used two-tone Datejust with a Jubilee bracelet. He paid $1,050 for it, spent at the time I think $100 to get it refurbished. He wore it for 2 years, passed it down to me. I wore it for 2 years and we sold the watch for a lot more than what we had paid for it.
And how long ago was this, approximately?
This was 30 years ago.
30 years ago, wow. And that's how much they were back then, obviously.
Oh, are you kidding? We used to get presidential Rolexes offered to us at $4,000, $4,500. Should have bought all of them that we could at the time.
Those days are gone now,
Yes.
okay.
My first watch, actually, I wasn't an adult yet, but for my high school graduation.
Okay.
Pasadena High School graduation.
Okay. Go Bulldogs.
Go Bulldogs, yes, Bulldogs, PHS, HS, baby. Back in the day, we had a tenant, KC, in Plaza One.
Yes, I do
Who
remember.
sold watches.
Yes.
In 1991, my mother bought me a Sector watch, which I couldn't afford a Breitling then, but a sector was, you know, like you would say, like it was really, and I still have that watch, by the way.
Wow, you still have it.
I still have it. Oh yeah, it's in my collection. It's the first watch that my mom got me. It's my first watch.
It was a Frank Miller. But if you are talking about when I was kid,
No, I'm talking about in your adult days.
yeah, adult days I had a Frank Miller.
Okay, and would you remember? Do you still have it, or you don't have
Yeah, I
it?
still have it. I never sell my watches. I
You
keep
still
it.
have that
Sure,
watch?
Of course.
A tag. I remember
Tag,
my first
okay.
watch that I bought that was over $1,000. You know, it was a tag. You know, and at the time I couldn't even afford that. So that reminded me of right away of a tag.
Yeah. And how did it make you feel when you bought that watch? It was like something. It was a big purchase for you, obviously.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't like making a buzzer shot in basketball, if that's what you're asking.
No, yeah, I know. I know. You've done plenty of those. I know.
But yeah, it makes you feel good. You know, it makes you feel like, you know, you bought something for yourself and you're proud of it.
What other watches do you have in your collection?
I have, like I said, the two-tone Daytona. I have one of the ones that came with this was the one I kept was the anniversary edition, the Kermit. And I have a root beer.
Root beer.
That's a recent purchase.
That's my favorite one. Okay. How many watches do you have in your collection? Are you a collector or no?
Far, only one watch.
Just the
right
one?
now. That's the main one.
And this one?
Yeah.
So this is the watch you always wear?
Yes.
Okay, so how many watches do you have in your collection? Approximately.
30, 32.
And then you just decide when whatever matches what you're wearing is that.
Most of the time, but the only watch which I don't have is a Rolex.
You don't have a Rolex.
I don't have a Rolex, and I don't want to have a Rolex.
And can I ask why?
I hate that watch.
You hate the watch.
Yes, there is nothing interesting in that watch. For myself, of course. There's people, they are dying to have Rolex, but for me, it doesn't mean anything. I got one Rolex from one of my customers second-hand about 30 years ago. I wear it 3 days, and after that, I sold it. And since, I don't have any watch.
You don't have any Rolexes.
I don't have any Rolexes, I don't want to have any Rolexes, and my son gave me a gift. Alex gave me a gift as a Rolex. Believe me, I can show you, it's inside the safe, never wear it.
Okay, so from the 30 that you have, or 32 that you have, what's your favorite watch from your collection?
I like this watch.
You like that one?
Yeah. Anytime I wear, everybody is really catch eyes and they ask which kind of watch it is, what is it, and they ask questions. I really like this watch.
Okay. What are some of the watches that are in your collection? Brand names or whatever they are?
Patek, Corum, Rolex, which I don't like it. But Rafi, what was that, the one which I got from, it's very important watch, German watch? Glauschen, that's a really, really interesting watch.
Glauschen, okay.
Yeah, something like that, if I'm not wrong. And Audemars Piguet.
Okay.
I don't remember that one. I have tons of watches.
You know, I'm not a baller like everybody else. I just have 2 Rolex watches.
Okay.
But I do sometimes get calls, and I always tell people, I go, listen, if you can't find a watch, I have sources that we can get you the watch.
Okay.
So some people think that, oh, can you give me 20% off a Rolex watch, for example? I go, yeah, I'll get it for myself. I don't need you know. So, and I have a sub that's black on black. It's different. I have a PVD coated.
Okay.
Well, I own a black on black Cartier as well that I put out on display, but I wear this too. This is discontinued. It's a pretty cool watch. This is Santos black on black.
This is nice.
And this Cartier has discontinued, so I actually like it even better. We own another caliber, Cartier caliber. Our specialty is not watches, but
No,
we
you
do
have
have a
some
lot
here
of
and there.
connections, so we can get you any watch you want. Like my friend flaked on me on this one. This was for his wife's birthday. So if you're hearing me out, you flake friend.
won't mention any name.
We won't mention his name, but since he's not gonna pick it up, I'm actually gonna make more money on it. I have it currently at 19.9, but it's always up for negotiation.
My personal collection, maybe approximately, like ones that I will never sell, you know, maybe 15.
15, okay.
You know, 15 nice watches.
And those are the ones these are keepers.
Yeah, these are keepers. These are, you know, I enjoy, I like them, I wear them. Mostly Daytonas in all different materials, different, you know, from platinum to rose gold to yellow gold to white gold to stainless steel to ceramic bezels to non-ceramics to Zeniths. You know, I like Daytonas and I like GMTs. Maybe a couple of Pateks, you know, maybe a couple of APs.
And out of all the ones that you have in your collection, what would be your most favorite one?
The one that I get a lot of attention on Actually, there's a couple of watches that I have that I can say my favorite. You know, when you love watches, how can you just pick one?
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
you can't pick one. Probably my Rainbow Daytona. I get a lot of attention. Like people who know, they know. And my Pateks. I like to wear my Pateks. I think the Patek is the best watch, but I think a Rolex is more daily, is more recognized, it's more around the world, you know, versus if you wore a Patek, some people wouldn't know what it is, which is good. Yeah,
That's true.
It's like, you know, you don't want everyone to know what you're wearing also.
That's true. But what would be the one watch that you think would be most important for you out of your collection? If you had only one to keep.
If I only had one to keep, that's a tough question.
Well, then you gotta answer.
Not value-wise. It has nothing to do with value. Like, you know, just
wanna keep.
okay. I love my John Mayer, my green dial Daytona that I wear. My daughter loves it, my wife loves it. I get a lot of attention. The green is such a beautiful green. I would say the John Mayer.
Is gonna be the one.
Yeah.
I think you answered one of the questions was what's your favorite watch and why? You said Rolex brand is your favorite one.
If you want a nice watch, an expensive watch, Rolex is the way to go.
Okay.
There hasn't been a Rolex that my brother or I or any of the watches we've ever bought for our wives that we bought, worn, used, and sold for less than what we paid for it.
I don't care the brand. I care more look. There is Patek Philippe, which is really beautiful watch. That people are crazy about that. But for me, it's a regular watch.
So you like unique watches?
Unique watches, exactly.
If you were to pick a brand, what's your favorite brand of watch?
My go-tos are the Rolexes. Call me a marketing guy or what, but this is the Rupier is my personal favorite. Of course, there's you know, Miller's out there that's $500,000 and stuff. That's not my game also. So I try to stick to my level and my game.
Definitely Rolex.
Rolex,
Yeah,
okay.
because Rolex is very popular and easy to make see the cash outs again. So even just think about it, all the countries, everything is stopped it. Cashes doesn't work, anything doesn't work, but Rolex
does.
does.
Because everyone knows what a
It
Rolex
kind of like
is.
insurance.
What would you consider the holy grail of watches? For you.
Oh, that's also a no-brainer. Like I said, I'm a Rolex guy.
Okay.
I love the platinum Daytona with the baby blue face and the brown bezel.
Which has been in our videos before.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a very nice watch.
I was in Paris on vacation with my family about 8 years ago. There was one we saw, and my wife was like, "You like it, buy it." I said, "I'm not paying 50,000 euros for this." Should have bought it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
This one is 100,000.
100,000. If you had all the money in the world, all of it, you had no restriction, what would be a watch you would buy?
I think that one.
You still would buy that one?
Yeah. I'm not. Like I said, I know there's so many better watches, more expensive, but it's not even a watch anymore. It's just this reminds you of you work hard and you buy yourself something nice. I don't wear a lot of other jewelry, so my watches are what I love best.
Okay.
To me, it's not that they're expensive. It's just a reminder of you work hard and you're able to afford something that really, I mean, it does the same job that your phone does. You don't even need a watch, right, to look at the car. But it just gives you that feeling of, and I'm not talking about for others. I don't care what others think about me wearing this watch. Most people do. It's a status symbol, right? It's for me to remind myself that what hard work gets you. I can't even describe how I felt when my brother handed me that watch.
Yeah, that must have been a crazy feeling, huh?
I'm getting goosebumps now.
I can see that.
My dream is pure gold. Rolex also,
So all gold.
all gold, like you.
Like this one,
like
but
this
Rolex.
one.
Just like this one, but a Rolex.
Watches, yes.
The nicest watch you would ever want to buy at some point. What would that watch be?
No budget.
Yeah, no budget. Like the watch, like, oh my God, this is the watch.
Audemars Piguet.
Particular model or?
No, it doesn't matter. Of course, it's the old designs, not the new ones. They have very old designs, and I love those watches.
So that would be something that you'd be like,
yeah.
if you could get
And
it.
there is some Rolexes which is very old, 50, 60 years old Rolexes, which is not with the metal band or gold band, just with the leather. I like to have those watches too.
Yeah, what do you think about the Jacob & Co?
It's a beautiful watch. He makes crazy things. Yeah, that's another watch which I can wear. It's very interesting watches they are doing, incredible watches they are doing, especially with all diamond, with emerald cut diamond. Crazy watches.
the billionaire one, right?
Oh yeah, that means those are one of a kind watches. That means you cannot compare with the other watches that Jacob's watch. It's totally beautiful and gorgeous
The
pieces.
designs are very, very unique.
And it's not easy to do. That means some of them has some stones that they are all recut and set one by one. That means this takes time. That means that watch doesn't finish in 1 week or 2 weeks or 2 months.
What would you wear if you had no budget at all and it was the holy grail of watches?
And no one would steal it off you.
No one would, you'd never worry about anyone stealing it. We'd have a security guard.
Wow.
What would be the watch?
That's the first time I've been asked that. I've never been a crazy watch connoisseur per se, so I'd put my money elsewhere. If it was, or, I wouldn't wear $1 million watch. I might put it in a jet or a boat or something like that over a watch.
Okay. But let's just say you only had a choice of a watch.
I'm simple. So I would still be wearing. It doesn't matter if if I have $1 billion or $1 trillion. I still would be wearing a simple Rolex. And this is not too simple, but I'd still stick to the Rolex.
The Paul Newman Daytona reference 6239.
Okay.
I mean, I've actually seen a couple of these watches. I have a very close friend in Tokyo. His name is Tadashi.
Okay.
And he's got a couple of these. But the one that sold at auction, the one that Paul Newman actually wore, sold for 17.8 million.
For one watch.
For one watch. But Paul Newman wore it. It was his watch. Yeah, I think that would be the watch.
one, huh?
That would be the watch, because that watch, if someone who doesn't know watches, if they saw that watch, they would think it's like a watch that you would buy in Target.
But it's not. It's like over $1 million a watch like that.
It's well, it sold for 17.8
not one
million.
particular one, but
yeah,
yeah.
just one item, which Paul Newman wore. I think that is the holy grail of watches.
I think that sounds right.
Yeah.
It's becoming more like a day dates. Yeah, it's all 18 karat gold. Yeah, there'll be more, the valuable, and they keep it 5 years, 10 years, 20 years later on. The gold prices keep going up, so it will be, the values goes up.
Okay, guys, got a lot done today. We were downstairs talking to people about their watches, as you guys saw. Personal watches, what they like, what they don't like, holy grail, all that stuff. So we're thinking about making this like almost like a series. If you like it, comment below. If you don't like it, comment below. Either way, comment. Let us know what you think so that we know if we could continue doing this. See you in the next video.